So, Louise, Peter, Jonathan, did I tell you about my bird feed balls?
No, you didn't.
My bird feed balls, yes, these are balls that I make for the birds in winter. I take coconut oil or unfried fat, and then I put bird feed in it, like sunflower seeds or pieces of peanut. And then I melt them, and then I dry them again, and I hang them up from string in my yard, and then the birds are fed all winter.
It sounds like you had a lot of time on your hands.
But here we are again, back at work, trying to talk about our new, upcoming Season 10 Agency Life podcast season. How cool is that?
Drum roll.
Drum roll. All about pricing power. So let's dive into what we're exactly going to do this season. Perhaps, Louise, perhaps you can quickly give the elevator pitch as to why we're specifically picking the pricing power topic.
Well, I think it's something that's come up quite often in previous seasons, and it's time to just bring this together in one topic because it's obvious that agencies are under a lot of pressure. There's AI putting pressure on prices. There's procurement debating on prices. There's clients in-housing the stuff that agencies used to do for them externally. And while it's true that some stuff that agencies do is becoming easier to do internally or is becoming faster to do with AI tools, it's also true that a lot of work that agencies do is still very highly valuable, very business critical to brands. But the problem is that this work, although it is valuable, doesn't necessarily lead to a fair price. So that's why it's interesting to dig into this topic and to not victimize agencies, but really try to figure out what are the agencies who do hold their pricing power, what are they doing differently, and how can we learn from that?
Well, I guess we need to talk about the margin problem. We see it everywhere we go in Europe. EBITDA, making EBITDA or protecting margins, it's a challenge. And there's a lot of ideas about how you can grow your EBITDA or how you can protect those margins. And there's good ideas and there's novel ideas, but it starts at something very simple, and it's so simple you might miss it. And it all starts actually at pricing. We see in our studies that agencies that raise their pricing up to 12%, they make better margins, they make better EBITDA. It's only logical. But the question then should be, how did they gain this pricing power?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it all comes back to the value that we bring as agencies. That goes all the way back to the episode we had with Michael Farm about value-based pricing and performance-based pricing. I think it's time to move beyond that and really look at how can we make this work? How can we bring the value and make sure that we get paid for it?
Indeed. We hear it everywhere. We hear it in conversations. We hear it in Holland, in Belgium, and on the German market. Pricing has historically been difficult for agencies, especially in this context. Let's dive deep into it and try to find actual solutions with the smart guests we have lined up. But perhaps we're also going local in the upcoming season. There might be one or two specifically German topics. Jonathan, do you have anything to add about that?
But I think that's also something that makes this new season so special, because we always had some episodes in the past with the same topic, but never that concrete. And that's something I'm really looking forward to in this season, to really have the same view on different topics, but on different markets. And how does Belgium working out these problems and things? How are German people and German agencies try to bring in the pricing power again? So that's something I'm really looking forward to. Yeah, we also hear the same conversations, and that's also a big point why we want to have a big look on people who are sitting on the bridge, so with a view on both sides and how the pricing dynamics really work. So
it's interesting. We're also looking for, not confirmed yet, but looking for a brand or a company just not working with agencies anymore, to sort of just chat with them about why. Do you not think agencies can bring value to your team, and why not? Because that could also be a great starting point for agencies to define their value. Dear listeners, if you are or know a brand that does not use agencies, let us know and we will call you.
It's also quite interesting to see how things have evolved to this in-housing point, for instance. We have been telling as agencies to our clients that SEO is business critical, that their websites are business critical, that their performance marketing becomes business critical. So it's only logical that those same clients will evolve and say, maybe I need those things in-house, and they start in-housing that. So that nibbles a bit away from the agency offering. So what does that mean? How will agencies evolve in that situation? And also, Jona, you mentioned the bridge, people sitting on the bridge between brand and agency. And it's going to be interesting to talk to those people to find new observations. And one of the people that we're going to talk to is Suzanne van Adformatie. She works at Sleight of Media, and they have a big outlet and outlets actually in the advertising business called Adformatie. She talks to both parties. She gets the point of view that most people don't have. She probably gets to hear things that agencies aren't hearing. So that's definitely why we want to talk to her this season as well.
And of course, we're not just doing a podcast. We do many different things in Agency Life. And we're going to lay the bridge between those projects as well. So Peter, what are we going to do for agencies in the upcoming months?
Well, we're going to talk with a lot of agencies in the coming months. We're doing a bit of a tour with the new benchmark results. We're also writing a new specific benchmark report on niche agencies versus full service agencies. And with those results, we're going to Rotterdam and Berlin in March. We're going to Hamburg and Munich in May. We're going to Düsseldorf in June. And that's just a part of it. We're going to see a lot of agencies, talk to them, use those reports to provoke some thoughts, to provoke some ideas, the ideas we heard from people on the bridge. So that will definitely give us a lot of interesting leads to continue our search for this boosting of the pricing power. And then, in September, we'll all wrap it up in an amazing next magazine, magazine 5 for Agency Life.
Of course, the Agency Life magazine, the beautiful piece of print media that always collects the most important topics and stories from a previous podcast season. If you haven't ordered the beautifully written and even more beautifully designed magazine 4, dear listener, then what the hell are you waiting for? Check the show notes or go to our website and get the beautiful magazine delivered to your doorstep.
Okay, so our next episode should be dropping in 2 weeks.
We should probably start prepping and calling people, right, Louise?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay. Thank you, dear listeners and viewers, for tuning in. Thank you, Peter and Jonathan. You also have a lot of work to do, so get cracked.
Yes, busy.
Busy. Right. You will see and hear us in 2 weeks. If you haven't subscribed to the newsletter, then please do so immediately at agencylife.nl, agencylife.be, or teamleader.de. Yes, indeed.
See you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.
See you in 2 weeks.
See you. Bye.
Agency Life Season 10 is supported by Teamleader Orbit. This season looks at how agencies regain pricing power by making clearer choices about the work they do, the role they play, and the position that they claim. Teamleader Orbit helps agencies run their operations with that same clarity. Find out more at teamleader.eu/orbit and book your free assessment today.